Jubilees chapter 18. And God said to him, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take your beloved son whom you love, even Isaac, and go to the high country, and offer him on one of the mountains which I will point out to you. And he rose early in the morning and saddled his donkey, and took his two young men with him, and his son Isaac, and cleaved the wood of the burnt offering. And he went to the place on the third day, and he saw the place far off. And he came to a well of water, and he said to his young men, Abide here with the donkey and the youth, and I will go over there. And when we have worshipped, we will come again to you. And he took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it on on his son Isaac. And he took in his hand the fire and the knife, and both of them went together to that place. And Isaac said to his father, Father. And he said, Here I am, my son. And he said to him, Behold, the fire and the knife and the wood, but where is the sheep for the burnt offering, father? And he said, God will provide for himself a sheep for a burnt offering, my son. And he drew near to the place of the mountain of God, of the mount of God. And he built an altar, and he placed the wood on the altar, and bound his son Isaac, and placed him on the wood which was on the altar, and stretched out his hand to take the knife to slay his son Isaac. And I stood before him and before the prince of the Mastema. And the Lord said, Command him not to lay his hand on the youth, nor to do anything to him. For I have shown that he fears the Lord. And I called to him from heaven and said to him, Abraham, Abraham. And he was terrified and said, Behold, here I am. And I said to him, Do not lay your hand on the youth, neither do anything to him. For now I have shown that you fear the Lord, and have not withheld your son, your firstborn, or only son from me. And the prince of the Mastema was put to shame. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, a single ram was caught by his horn. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered it for a burnt offering in the place of his son. And Abraham called that place, The Lord has seen. So that it is said, In the mount the Lord has seen, that is Mount Zion. And the Lord called Abraham by his name a second time from heaven, as he caused us to appear to speak to him in the name of the Lord. And he said, By myself I have sworn, says the Lord, because you have done this thing, and have not withheld your son, your beloved son, from me, that in blessing I will bless you, and in multiplying I will multiply your seed as the stars of the heavens, and as the sand which is on the seashore. And your seed will inherit the cities of its enemies. And in your seed all nations of the earth will be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice. And I have shown to all that you are faithful to me in all that I have said to you. Go in peace. And Abraham went to his young men, and they arose and went together to Beersheba. And Abraham dwelt by the well of the oath. And he celebrated this festival every year for 7 days with joy. And he called it the festival of the Lord, according to the 7 days during which he went and returned in peace. And according it has been ordained and written on the heavenly tablets regarding Israel and its seed, that they should observe this festival for 7 days with the joy of the festival.